You can also define the thickness occlusal part of your tray. You can like right in here, and you can also define the thickness of the tray. So if you prefer certain type of tray, if you like it to be thin or thick, you can modify those. So there's a little bit of an adjustment on that, you know. So now let's look at, you know, a little bit more. So when you look at the tray thickness, that's basically the shell that I mentioned to you. And then you have three choices. I like the medium for both, you know, the occlusal surface as well as the actual tray thickness. But you can make it thinner, you can make it medium or thick. I would say generally the thin version is good when you have a lot of crowding, because the tray can be a little more flexible. You can always heat up your tray depending on whatever resin that you're using, but I would stay away from the thick version of the tray if your case is very crowded, right? The occlusal surface is one of those things that we learn over talking to various orthodontists. People have different opinion about it. I like to stay in the medium, but if you like to have more room on the occlusal surfaces, you can use a thick one or you can use the thin one, right? Just remember that the thickness of the occlusal surface, it will get a little stability to the tray. So when it's a little thin, it could be a little bit of a more flexible. So I would say maybe in theory, and again, these are the things that we haven't tested, but you can use a thin medium for a crowded case. We can use a thin tray, but medium occlusal, so the top part is very stable, but these areas around the side are a little bit thinner, so you can get it around the teeth. So you can play with these variation and figure out what you like the most. And then, as I mentioned, if you click on any of these areas, it would segment the tray at that point for you, and the software computationally calculates some of these. So that's, you know, this is what it looks like when you get your tray. And then when you click on, you have an option to show the bracket or turn off the bracket. You can check the inside of the tray. There are some parts that are designed inside these cavities that they hold the bracket. You can look at those if you are interested. And then when you click go to output folder, that's where you can grab your trays from the software.